I am an extremely sentimental person to a fault. Things like front porches and schoolyards and park swings, and I still see the children that I loved so much as if they're still there. And I've left them there. That if I went back there, I would find those little children on that porch. That's the kind of sentimental guy I was. Well, I was being flooded by a sentimental feeling that day, and I told my wife, I said, this is the most perfect moment, and it'll never be like this again, and these kids will forever be in my memory on this beach. And my wife said, it's time to go. I'm going to get the kids cleaned up. You load the picnic supplies into the truck. And I was so caught up. A beautiful girl in a bikini walked past me in the parking lot. She flipped her hair over her shoulder as she passed me and looked at me. And I didn't even notice. It kind of had black and purple stripes with the black piping, and I didn't even notice. We got everybody loaded into the van, and I did the dad thing where I looked in the rearview mirror at each of the four little faces. Within moments, they were asleep. I looked at my wife, and she was out. I was alone. If you've ever seen these mountains from Morgan with their sharp, jagged peaks, it's a beautiful sight, especially in a sunset. And my imagination ran free. My children were playing in that sunset. They were gigantic, and they were laughing, and I could hear the thunders of their footsteps as they jumped from peak to peak. I could hear their laughter rumbling through the valley, and I could hear them call to me, "Hi, Daddy, hi!" Sochi had Lolly on her hips. Lolly was a year old. "Say hi to Daddy!" And they were waving their arms through the spokes of the sunset, like as if it was a giant harp. And I thought to myself, is this real? Could this really be happening? Is this my imagination? I could see AC take his bucket that he had been collecting sand with and sweep it through the sunset and splash it on me. It was real to me. My children were playing in these peaks of the Wasatch Mountains in this summer sunset. And we pulled into Morgan, and I thought, that's it. And as we headed down Highway 84 to Weaver Canyon, it was getting dark, and it wasn't over. There in front of me were my children, still in gigantic form, walking west. And it was dark in front of them. And they turned around one more time and said, "Bye, Dad. Bye, Daddy. Say bye to Daddy, Lolly." And they waved to me. And as I made that final cloverleaf turn onto the old mountain road, it was dark, and the vision was over. My wife kind of pulled herself up on an elbow and looked at me and said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Am I okay? Our four children just walked down I-84 towards Nevada. They're probably halfway there by there in the dark." She said, "Okay, would you want them to never grow up?" And I was grinding my teeth, and I said, "I know it's immature, I know it's unrealistic, I know it's selfish, but yes, I would wish for them to stay the way they are on that beach if I could do it." We got to our house. She said, "I'll get the picnic gear into the house, you get the kids." Now the youngest ones, a 1-year-old and a toddler, it's like loading some salmon or some tuna into the house. They're completely unconscious and limp. Take them in, tuck them in, go back. AC, about a 6-year-old, I'm feeling that he's growing up. I can feel the muscle strength as he hangs onto my back as I take him in. Then Sochi, 8 years old. I pick her up, I feel her arms around my neck as she snuggles her face into my shoulder, and I think to myself, how much longer will I carry her to bed after a day like today? And as I was thinking that, she opened her eyes and said, "Oh, Daddy, you don't have to carry me, I can walk." And she swiggled out of my arms and ran up the stairs into the house, and I thought, there's my answer. And we got loaded in, and Julie checked on me and said, "Are you okay?" And I said, "It'll never be the same, Julie. If we go back next year, it won't be with the same kids. We can go back 5 years from now. It'll be different. We can go 30 years from now with grandchildren. But it will never be the same." So what do we do about these porches, swings at parks, schoolyards, these children that we left there? And what do we do about these beautiful imposters who dominate our televisions and bathrooms and drive us crazy? Here's what I've learned. Hug them, kiss them, and love them as if they were your own. Thank you.